Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This afternoon from Bennett High School, it's a non-league clash as the visiting Brush Bee Diggers take on the Bennett Tigers. I'm John Beltran. We started this game about 3 minutes early and quite a bit of action already. In fact, the top of the first just came to a halt as on a 2-1 pitch, Ty Griffith delivered a double down the left field line. Nate Tyne grounded to second, advancing the runner to third, and then Joshua Lancaster hit a pop-up to left and trying to tag up. Lancaster was thrown out at the, Griffith was thrown out at the plate by Lincoln Higgins as the tag was applied by Brody Hawes. So here we go to the bottom of the first inning. Wiley Eicher will be the pitcher for the Bee Diggers. And starting in the second inning, we'll have a baseball movie quote attributed to each Bee Digger batter. It's your chance to win some concessions for a future Brush home game. We did this on Saturday, and that's fine. We did it on Saturday, and we didn't have a winner. We had a winner of the baseball movie quote. We just didn't have an overall winner of a fan who checked in. We'll tell you about the details a little bit later on. Now let's get to the starting lineup here for the Bennett Tigers with a 0-0 score. Batting first is the right fielder Caden Higgins. Rafael Ibarra, the second baseman, at second. Ben Mathis, the third baseman, at third. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman Gavin Need. Connor Rayburn, the shortstop, at fifth. Lincoln Higgins in left bat, sixth. The catcher Brody Hawes hits seventh. Dane Ortiz in center hits eighth, and Peyton Mott, the pitcher, bats ninth for the Bee Diggers. At first base is Joshua Lancaster. Second baseman is Percy Odell. Over at third is Nate Tynan. Between him at short is Tanner Ludgate. Cale Stegner in left. The center fielder is Hunter Proctor. And right is Caleb Jimenez. Behind the plate, Ty Griffith and Wiley Eicher, coming off a pretty good start, is on the mound. He'll face Caden Higgins. Bennett 3-5 going in. And the Bee Diggers at 1-5.
Now batting, number 22, Caden Higgins.
So here is Higgins hitting for the left side against the right-hander. Wiley Eicher the pitch, and that's in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Game time temperature in Bennett on a perfect day. As that pitch is swung on, grounded up the middle, a dive and a base hit. Just beyond the reach of Percy Odell, 73 degrees. So Higgins with a base hit. That'll send up Rafael Ibarra. Stretched by Eicher. And the pitch, and the fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Ibarra hitting .217. Opening pitch today brought to you by Buildings by Design. Check them out at buildingsbydesign.com. 3-step lead at first for Higgins. Pitch to the left-hander hitting Ibarra is a strike with a fastball on the outside corner at the knees. It's 1-1. Bee Diggers coming off the 7-2 loss on Saturday in Berthoud. The stretch and the offering. And the breaking ball stays high. Griffith throws back to first to slide the tag. And safe. That was a dive back to first base by Higgins. Athletic play made by Griffith behind the plate. So 2 lefties. This is a tough start for Eicher to face 2 lefties. 2 balls and 1 strike. The offering. That's a fastball, a strike down the middle at the knees. 2-2. Again, start listening top of the second inning for our baseball movie quotes. Swing and a miss and a fastball away. It's a strikeout of Ibarra. Outstanding pitch there by Wiley Eicher, 1 down. That'll send up Ben Mathis.
Now batting, number 2, Ben Mathis.
Mathis for the right side with 1 out, 1 on. No score, bottom of the first inning. Griffith led off with a double, advanced to third on a ground ball by time, but then he was thrown out at the plate, up and in, and a strike, a swinging strike on a pitch that would have been ball 1. No balls and 1 strike to Ben Mathis. Mathis hitting .368 for Bennett. Big lead at first. The offering. Swing and a miss, and a fastball tailing away. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting Gavin Need is on deck. Higgins off of first. Began the bottom of the first inning with a single up the middle. Open stands for Mathis. Down in the count, 0-2. Runner goes, and that's in a dirt. Griffith throws to second. It's up the second base side, a stolen base for Caden Higgins. One ball, 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position. The B-Diggers had a man at third and 1 out, but that double play on the ball hit by Lancaster as Griffith was thrown out at the plate. Swung on, fouled off to the right. Again, we started about 4:27. That's why we were not on the air until the bottom of the first inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ben Mathis. Man, that's a big-time open stance. Huge lead at second for Higgins, the pitch. And that stayed upstairs. Kind of short-armed that fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got to get this guy because the on-deck hitter Need hitting .500. He's got power, too. Odell covering, and now it's an open bag. Way outside. Fastball, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Iker, a junior. Check out his pitching numbers momentarily. A 4.2 ERA. So not too bad for the right-hander. And the payoff pitch, down and away. It's a walk, not even close. He had Ben Mathis at 0-2. Now it's first and second, 1 out for Gavin Need. And this guy, as I mentioned, is dangerous. You cannot throw this guy down and in. He's going to club it. And Caleb Jimenez has got to watch out in right field if Need pulls it.
Now batting, number 14, Gavin Need.
So Gavin Need, the hitter. All right, so Need stepping in. Iker, left side of the rubber. To the plate. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him. Let her high. It's 0-1. Maybe keep it up there and have some success against Gavin Need. No balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom 1, no score. Brush and Bennett the pitch. Fastball. Boy, that barely missed. A little bit inside. Good spot there. 1 ball and 1 strike. The B-Diggers need to get through the first inning. That's been a trouble spot this year. Foul to the backstop. Good fastball down in the zone. 1-2 to Gavin Need. A single, a strikeout, and a walk so far in the bottom of the first inning. Griffith lays down the sign. Iker looks back, and the pitch swung on line towards the left center field gap. That's a base hit. That's going to be cut off by Stegner. The ball is bobbled out there. Now the trail runner takes off for third, and on the throw towards the plate, Need to second. It's an RBI single scoring Caden Higgins, and Bennett leads 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Also scored an error on Stegner and left. Here's
Now
Connor
batting,
Rayburn.
number 7, Connor Rayburn.
That would have been first and second if Stegner handles that cleanly. Infield plays back with runners at second and third and one out. Right-handed hitter in Rayburn. The pitch in the dirt. One ball and no strikes. Rayburn hitting .385. The pitch. Fastball is down and away. You've got an open base. It is 2-0. With over 30 years of experience, B&B Appliance can help match the appliances to your needs. Swing and a miss at 502 Ensign. In Fort Morgan, B&B Appliance. 2 balls and 1 strike. Eicher's had some swing and miss stuff. But he's looking to get that 2-strike pitch not only over, but missable. The pitch. Fastball is up and in. 3-1. And now Eicher building up a pitch count similar to what Lancaster did on Saturday. Had trouble getting out of the first inning. Lasted 3 innings. He's up to 22 pitches. 3 balls and 1 strike to Rayburn. The offering. Swing and a miss. With a fastball right by him on the inner half belt high, and it's 3-2. At third is Mathis. Need at second. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul to the backstop. One with a fastball up in the zone. Eicher's thrown primarily fastballs by a large margin. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 Bennett. The pitch. Swing and a foul. Over the backstop. Went up in the zone again. Remains at 3-2. Eicher looking for that put-away pitch. Here it is to Rayburn. Swung on, grounded left side, backing up. The throw to the plate by Tyne, and it bounces in and safe on that fielder's choice. They weren't going to get him at first base. That could be scored either a hit or, not a hit, but an error or a fielder's choice. We'll score it a fielder's choice because there's no guarantee you get him at the plate. It's 2-0 Bennett.
Now batting, number 15, Lincoln Higgins.
The ball played Tyne a little bit, and Mathis slid in. But even a perfect throw, there's no guarantee there because he had to back up a bit. Here's Lincoln Higgins. So 2-0 Bennett. And keep in mind, the ball rolls very quickly on this infield. There's no grass on the infield. And the outfield, that grass is so thin, the ball will roll pretty quickly. The pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, if you play back on this infield, you're not going to get the best hops. And even though Tyne fielded it fairly cleanly, because there was a little hesitation, and he came home to the plate, that throw was low. Runners take their lead to the corners. The offering. That's a strike on the outer half at the knees. 0-2 took something off it. Man, Eicher needs a strikeout or a pop-up in the infield, something to that effect. Bennett holds a 2-0 lead, and the B-Diggers have had trouble offensively this year, the stretch. And the pitch runner goes, swung on and fouled. Remains at 0-2. To Lincoln Higgins. The B-Diggers had defensive miscues on Saturday and now trying to prevent that from happening again in this game. The offering. Swing and a miss and a ball tailing away. Had some mustard on that one. A strikeout of Lincoln Higgins, 2 down. For Brody Hawes. I'm not sure why Hawes had the equipment on. Had the shin guards on, there was only 1 out. I mean, unless a double play, he's hit 90% of the time, and now he's having trouble getting the left shin guard off. Now he will jog towards the plate.
Now batting, number 11, Brody Hawia.
The stretch. And the pitch. Swung on, grounded right back to Eicher off his glove, recovers, throws to first for the out. Nice play by Wiley Eicher on that hard bouncer. Bennett gets a couple of runs on a couple of hits. There was a miscue by the B-Diggers and 2 left. To the second we go. Bennett, 2, Brush, nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Right-hander Peyton Mott beginning his second inning of work. We'll get to the B-Digger hitters in this inning momentarily. Bennett leads 2-0. Tanner Ludgate will lead off, and his baseball movie quote from Pride of the Yankees: "Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth." At the end of the game, we'll have a B-Digger baseball movie quote of the game based on the quote and the player attached to that quote who did something very productive in this game.
Now batting number 24, Tanner Ludgate.
So here is Ludgate. Bennett holding a 2-0 lead in the second. Peyton Mott delivers. Fastball is a strike. Hard throwing right-hander threw just 7 pitches in the first inning. He made quick work of the B-Diggers, even with a leadoff double by Ty Griffith. Halls lays down the sign and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off it. It's 0-2 to Tanner Ludgate. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch way outside. Ludgate will be followed by Percy Odell and then Hunter Proctor, as Coach Odell's moved the lineup around a little bit to try to maximize the better offensive players near the top of the lineup and hopefully get a rhythm going. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2-0 Bennett, top 2, the pitch. Swung on and grounded left side on a true hop, and the long throw to first is right there as Ben Mathis retires. Tanner Ludgate, 1 down.
Now batting number 2, Percy Odell.
Odell steps in, hitting 300. Ludgate going in his at-bat was hitting 294. We're not athletes, we're baseball players. The movie quote from Mr. Baseball: "And the breaking ball is high," to Percy Odell. One ball and no strikes. And the right-hander to the plate. Fastball, a strike. Outside corner, knee high. It's 1-1. Yeah, our baseball movie quote for the last game, we didn't have a winner. Let's see. I know that Ben Metlin's single was the winner. And I'm trying to remember the movie quote. I have to look it up. The pitch. Swung on and grounded for a base hit into left field by Percy Odell. That'll send up Hunter Proctor. Proctor batting 200.
Now batting number 12, Hunter Proctor.
His baseball movie quote from Field of Dreams: "You guys are guests in my corn." And once we have the winner at the end of the game, you send me an email, john@necolorado.com, john@necolorado.com. We'll take up to 5, and I'll take care of you at a future home game with a hot dog. I'll make sure that Verna and Greg get compensated, and you'll have to give me swung on and foul. The first pitch was up and in. Now it's 1-1. All you have to give me is the name of the B-Digger, the name of the movie quote, and your name. And I'll rehash those instructions later on. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hunter Proctor. Bennett scored 2 runs at the top of the first inning. 2-step lead at first for Odell. The pitch. Fastball is inside. B-Diggers picked up their lone victory last Thursday at home, beating Prospect Ridge Academy 6-5. Bennett's had some forfeit losses to begin the year. Now they've gotten back on track. They're 3-5. The offering, and that ball hit him. Got him somewhere below the left elbow, and then the ricochet towards the catcher.
Now batting number 1, Wiley Eicher.
So Proctor's hit by a pitcher's Eicher. from the movie 61. You're right. Don't talk to them. That's the Iker quote for this at bat. And the Bay Diggers with a chance to do some damage in the top of the second inning. Laying down the sign is Hawes. And the long pause and the pitch. Swung on and chopped over the mound. His second baseman bobbles, recovers, throws to first for the out. Rafael Ibarra might have had a chance at least for a play at second. But once he bobbled, he could only go to first.
Now batting number 11, Caleb Jimenez.
Caleb Jimenez now the hitter. Hitting .083, but he's got RBI opportunities at second and third. His baseball movie quote, "I'm just happy to be here," from Bull Durham, and the breaking ball's a strike. No balls and one strike. Second and third, but there are two down for the Bee Diggers on this 73-degree Monday in Bennett. The pitch swung on and fisted slowly on the ground. Mathis charges, gloves, throws to first, and Jimenez is retired, so are the Bee Diggers. No runs. Oh, they're going to say it's a foul ball. It went off the hitter. No wonder Jimenez got an odd jump out of the box that deflected off the hitter's foot. So it's just a foul ball. That's a break for the Bee Diggers. One ball, one strike, two down, two on. Yeah, it fisted him, but it looked like that was rolled out almost like it was bowled out there. And normally, that's because it would deflect off of something and not just off the bat. The pitch, swing and a miss, fooled badly on the breaking ball away. And that's a strikeout. Yep, that was on the 0-2 pitch. I had it at 1-1, but that was an 0-2 pitch. Jimenez strikes out for the Bee Diggers. No runs, one hit. No errors and two left. Let's head to the bottom of the second inning. It's Bennett 2. Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the third inning. Bennett leads 2-0. We had one player mistaken for another. I was given a lineup that did not match my roster. Keaton Gillick, because we don't mention radio numbers, which don't do anything for the broadcast, but I apologize for that. Nonetheless, we head to the bottom of the second inning. We'll clean that up. And the Bee Diggers lead trail 2-0. Pitch by Iker. Swung on and popped foul, out of play. This is Dane Ortiz in the bottom of the second inning against Wiley Iker. We'll get to a Bee Digger baseball movie quote for this half inning. Swung on and grounded foul along the third base side. This will be baseball is very hard from $1 Million Arm. 0-2 to Ortiz. Laying down the sign is Griffith. The pitch swung on and lifted down the right field line. If it's fair, that's trouble. It is foul. Stuck his bat out there. This is 8-9-1 for Bennett in the bottom of the second inning. Ortiz, the pitcher, Mott, and then Caden Higgins. Back of the box is Ortiz. No balls and two strikes. Iker's got two strikeouts. Let's see if he can make it three. That is a called strike three. Looked like it was a little bit under the knees, but it's a strikeout of Ortiz. One down. Peyton Mott will now hit it, batting .286.
Number 6, Peyton Mott.
Iker survived the first inning, looking to throw a good second, grounded left side. Tyne has got it, and then he bobbled it. Then it's picked up by the shortstop. Ludgate throw to first late. That's a routine play. Tyne's got to come up with that. That's an error on the third baseman. I mean, this is what Coach Odell was telling me on Saturday. We got to play some defense. That is as routine a hop. And I think he pulled his hands back.
22, Caden Higgins.
And Ludgate nearly made the play. That was a bang-bang play at first base. Colton Aldretti will be the courtesy runner at first for Bennett. Caden Higgins had a base hit and scored in the first inning. Now again, because you have an all-clay infield, it doesn't play as true, but that grounder to Tyne, that's routine, and he even pointed to himself. He knew that that should have been made. 1 on, 1 out. Eicher, chest level with a glove. And the pitch, swing and a miss. On a fastball away. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, the second baseman, Odell, is near the edge of the grass. Anything hit slowly, it's going to be tough to throw out the hitter. That's a little bit high. Count is at 1-1. Eicher strike to ball ratio is 2-1 right now. Very good for the junior right-hander. 2-0 Bennett, bottom of the second inning. Aldretti with a 2-step lead at first. Eicher to the plate. Swung on, line, base hit into left field, and runners to first and second. Stegner having some issues out there. Bobbled that one. In fact, all the bee diggers are having issues coming up with a baseball cleanly when the ball's been hit at them. Bennett now has 3 hits in the game.
Number 1, Rafael Ibarra.
Here's Rafael Ibarra, struck out his first time up. Eicher stretches. Eicher pitches, squaring to bunt, and he fouls it right around his ankles. That was down and in. That ball was closer to hitting him. But he got a bat on it, no balls and 1 strike. Even if it would have hit him, it would have been a strike anyway because he never pulled the bat back. No balls and 1 strike on Ibarra. Bottom 2, it's 2-0 Bennett. Stretch by Eicher. The offering. Fastball is down and in. Good spot. The count is level at 1-1. The pitching is probably what's held up the most this year, undoubtedly. Defense and the hitting need a lot of work. Way outside. 2-1, and now the ball gets loose and backed up by Odell. Need a strike here from Eicher. 2 balls, 1 strike. First and second, and now Ibarra calls time. Just past the top of the hour, this is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Weldona. On the web at KSIR.com, on the TuneIn app, the pitch. Swung on and fisted, and it's over the pitcher, Eicher. It's going to be gloved by Ludgate. He'll throw to third for the force. That was hit so awkwardly and barely over the head of Eicher. And for some reason, Aldretti held up at second. He did not get a good read on that ball, and he was forced out by a mile. That's going to go 6-5.
Number 2, Ben Mathis.
Ben Mathis now the hitter. He walked and scored in the first inning. As soon as that ball was hit, Aldretti was barely off of second base. Had he got a good read on it, the bases would have been loaded. That would have been an infield hit. Let's see if Wiley can retire this hitter. The pitch, fastball is a strike on the outside corner. Good spot there by Wiley Eicher. No balls and 1 strike. Bee Diggers have just got to get the defense going to support this pitcher. Throw back to second, tag, and safe. Back in diving was Caden Higgins. Mathis down on the count. The trail runner is Ibarra. Bennett, by the way, in their home blacks with white pants. The Bee Diggers in their gold uniforms with the maroon collar there, and that's in the dirt. Now taking off for third. The throw, the tag applied, and safe. The ball was dropped by Tyne. Oh, man, that throw was a little bit up the third base side, but if Tyne catches that cleanly, the out call was going to be made. Again, no error. It's just it goes as a wild pitch. But again, another play that should have been made. 1 ball, 1 strike in the offering. Swung on and lifted on the right side. The second baseman, Odell, to his left, ranges under it, makes the one-handed grab. And the B-Diggers get out of that jam. But again, an inning that the B-Diggers have got to certainly improve upon defensively. No runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 left. To the third we go. Bennett 2, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the top of the third inning. Bennett 2, Brush nothing. Cale Stegner, Ty Griffith, and Nate Tyne. The baseball quote for Stegner, baseball movie quote, win the whole thing from Major League. I almost said every word in that quote, but we have to keep it clean.
Batting number 7, Cale Stegner.
Bennett scored their 2 runs in the first inning. We'll explain how the fans get involved with the baseball movie quotes. We already did before, but at the end of the game, for a chance to win concessions at a future Brush home game. Hard-throwing right-hander Peyton Mott delivers. Swung on, driven in the air down the left field side, but right there to his right to make the catch is Lincoln Higgins, 1 down. Ty Griffith doubled his first time up from 8 men out.
Batting number 10, Ty Griffith.
You don't feel like you're going to live forever. And Griffith has been tearing it up. He had 3 hits against Berthoud in a 7-2 loss on Saturday, and he swings and lines it into left field for a base hit. Ty Griffith is almost impossible to retire. The B-Diggers now have 3 hits in a game.
Now batting number 3, Nate Tyne.
Nate Tyne from Rookie of the Year. Pitcher's got a big butt. That was, I believe, a 2002 movie. The pitch, breaking ball is outside. Tyne grounded to second. His first time up. Bennett scored their runs on a base hit and a miscue in the infield. Scored a fielder's choice, though. Runner goes, fouled. Nope, just bluffing there was Griffith. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. The Brush Berthoud game was at 2-1 from the first inning all the way to the 6th inning when Brush tied it at 2, and then Berthoud scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brody Hawes, the catcher, lays down the sign. Griffith, a big 3-step lead. He goes, swung on, that ball's grounded foul towards the B-Digger dugout. That would have been an easy steal. But that could have been a heck of a hit and run as well. And Tyne's got a very good swing. He's been demonstrating that throughout the young season. Tyne hitting .350 going into the game. But down in the counts. The offering. And that ball hit him. That's the second time a B-Digger's been hit. It got him around either the lower back or the upper gluteus maximus.
Now batting number 5, Josh Lancaster.
Lancaster popped out his first time up. Movie quote for him. From Field of Dreams, people will come, Ray. Brush with the opportunity. They had one already earlier this game. And the offering, up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Stegner had a good at bat. Drilled that ball to left field. Griffith with a base hit. So the B-Diggers might be zeroing in on this right-hander. Mott looking back. And the offering. That's up a strike. Ooh, wow. That is top of the zone, edge of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to Joshua Lancaster. 2-0 Bennett, top of the third. The pitch, breaking ball, nowhere close, way outside. Count is at 2-1. Laying down the sign is Hawes. Again looking back. The pitch, little bit inside. Well, that was close. That could have been called a strike. It's 3-1. Bee Diggers just need that big inning. They had a 5-run inning against Prospect Ridge and really did not hit the ball the remainder of the game. Kind of one of those stagnant games before they scored the run in the 7th. 3-1 pitch. Swung on line. Base hit along the left field line. Griffith is going to round third. He's going to score. Nate Tyne's going to be behind him. That ball gets loose in the corner. And Lancaster has a 2-run double to tie the game at 2 in the top of the 3rd inning. Well, that's going to be one of our finalists for sure.
Now batting number 24, Tanner Luggage.
Here's Tanner Ludgate. How can you not be romantic about baseball from Moneyball? Ludgate grounded out his first time up. The pitch, swung on, driven in the air to right center field. They had him played perfectly as Caden Higgins makes the catch. Back to second is Lancaster, 2 down. But that ball was hit on a line.
Now batting number 2, Percy Odell.
Percy Odell had a base hit his first time up. His movie quote, "For love of the game. Give us one more day of summer." There's words before that, but we have to get to this pitch. Breaking ball is up and in. And tonight, I think he might be able to use that aching old arm one more time to push the sun back up in the sky and give us one more day of summer. Once again, for love of the game, 1999. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down, 2 across. Ball got loose in the outfield. Wow, how does it get that loose in the outfield? From the Bee Digger bullpen, about 30 feet in foul territory. Unless somebody was hitting over there. Mod to the plate, way outside, backhanded by Hawes. Two balls and no strikes. The stretch. Throw back to second. Back in standing is Lancaster. He wasn't that far off the bag, really. Covering all electric work is Better Electric. From residential to commercial to agricultural, Better does matter. 970-521-1030. Better Electric. It's 2-0 to Odell. A Bee Digger base hit gives them the lead. Swing and a miss and a fastball down and in. 2-1. Brush is playing tomorrow and Wednesday. They'll host Liberty Common tomorrow. Kevin Fergus will have the call from Brush. I'll be back with you on Wednesday from Keensburg at 4 o'clock against Weld Central. The pitch, right down the middle for a strike. Another fastball there. It's 2-2. And he's got a shot there into right center. The pitch, outside. Three balls and 2 strikes. Hunter Proctor waits to hit next. Bennett's 2 runs came in the first inning. The Bee Diggers have countered with Joshua Lancaster's 2-run double. Odell awaits. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fisted foul into the Bennett dugout. Third base side. Well, maybe the hitting's starting to come around in this one, but still have got to clean up defensively. It has been very messy, even in a 2-2 game. And the offering, Swung on, grounded, into left field for a base hit. A slow jump, and now holding up at third is Lancaster. And was there some obstruction there? Are they going to give him home plate? Let's see.
Now batting
I don't know. The umpire was pointing towards the third baseman, Mathis. Lancaster had to try to get around him. That was grounded into left. He still couldn't score. Oh, first and third. That's too bad. A grounder to left field with 2 outs and a man at second normally will score you.
Now batting number 12, Hunter Proctor.
Here's Hunter Proctor, but again, he kind of had to wiggle his body around the fielder, Ben Mathis. Proctor hit by a pitch. Let's get the movie quote for him. The offering, fastball, a strike. It's from the natural. God, I love baseball. For Hunter Proctor, oh, check that. No, that's Keaton Gillick. Keaton Gillick is the hitter. Yeah, see, we never had him in the lineup here. That was never mentioned in the lineup. The pitch, outside. All right, 1 ball and 1 strike. Our original lineup did not have Gillick in there at all. That's why we got mistaken when he came up the first time. Hit by a pitch. Second plate appearance for Gillick. And the offering. And that's down and away. Runner goes to second. That throw is high. And it's caught by the shortstop on a backup by Rayburn. Stolen base for Percy Odell. All right, so 2 balls and 1 strike to Keaton Gillick. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on and fisted on the ground right back to the mound. And the throw to first by Mott retires Gillick. However, the Beat Diggers get on the board with 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and 2 left. 2.5 complete. It's Brush 2, Bennett 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Gavin Need will lead off the bottom of the third for Bennett. Tied at 2. The Beat Digger quote defensively from the rookie. You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris. Right now, our number 1 candidate is Lancaster with that 2-run double, Field of Dreams. People will come, Ray. And at the end of the game, if that's our winner,
Number 14, Gavin Lee.
You email me at john@anycolorado.com, JOHN@anycolorado.com with the Beat Digger, the movie quote, the movie, and your name. The pitch. That's a strike. Off-speed pitch on the outside corner at the knees. 4, 5, and 6 for Bennett in the home half of the third. Open stance for Need. That right foot is almost out of the box. The offering. Fastball is upstairs. 1-1. Got to be ready if you're a Beat Digger infielder because this guy hits the ball hard and it's going to get right on top of you. And the offering. Down and in. Looked like he went with a little bit of a breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rockies and Cardinals coming up tonight at 6:40. Right here on 1010 KSIR following Beat Digger Baseball. Eicher to the plate. Swung on, driven high and deep into left center field. That one's going to find a gap that continues to roll. Need is around first. Proctor has it. He'll get it back in, but it's a leadoff double in the bottom of the third inning for Gavin Need, who's 2 for 2. Here is Connor Rayburn.
Now batting, number 7, Connor Rayburn.
Rayburn hit in that fielder's choice. On the play at the plate, that was not made. The pitch, outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bennett has not committed an error. The Beat Diggers have 2 in the game. And the offering. Swing and a miss. A fastball right by him. It's 1-1. Bank of Colorado believes in keeping things simple. Apply for the loan you need for your dream home fully online. Visit bankofcolorado.com. The pitch, swing and a miss. A little bit above belt level. Down the heart of the plate, it's 1-2. Griffith lays down the sign. He might try to hit the corner of the pitch. That is just outside. Oh, great spot for Eicher. I think he hit the spot, but it was off the plate. 2-2. Brush 2, Bennett 2, bottom 3, Bennett threatening the offering. Fastball is high. Three balls and 2 strikes. Eicher has struck out 3 and walked 1. The pitch swung on and hit in the air into left center field. A long run, but Proctor to his right. And he's going to let the ball drop to his right. I don't know what happened there. Need to third, into second is going to be Connor Rayburn. What happened there? Proctor had the ball right there, unless he thought that the left fielder Stegner was going to make the catch. Oh, man. I hate to score that a double, but
Now batting, number 15, Lincoln Higgins.
we'll see how that's scored in the book on the Brush side. I mean, that's an easy play. I'm not sure. I think Proctor got confused and thought that Stegner was maybe going to make the catch, but the center fielder takes control. That is not a good defensive play. The pitch swung on and fouled. Higgins struck out swinging. I mean, literally, the ball dropped within, it looked like from here, and we're quite a ways away, but just a few feet, and Stegner was not even that close. No balls and 1 strike. The B-Digger infield is playing halfway as Bennett is threatening to reclaim the advantage. The pitch swung on, line towards right center field. Proctor to his left makes the running catch. Runner has to go back to third. The throw towards third. And Proctor makes an excellent play there. See, that's the type of center fielder he normally is. Got a great read on that ball. That's why the previous play was totally puzzling. 1 down.
Now batting, number
And that's a
11,
base running
Brody
mistake,
Hawes.
too, by Gavin Need. He should have been tagging up there. Brody Hawes grounded out to the mound his first time up. The pitch fouled straight back. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, I don't know why Need didn't tag up. Normally, and the ball hit, especially in the gap, even though Proctor made the catch. That's why he went to third. Proctor would have gone home. Fastball down and in. 1-1. And these are mistakes that happen early in the season with teams that are still trying to find themselves. Bennett at 3-5, Brush at 1-5. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on, 2-2. Bennett and Brush, the pitch. Fastball, a strike. On the outer half at the knees, it's 1-2. Now, Wiley likes to climb the ladder a little bit with a fastball. Might try that here to get Brody Hawes chasing. And the 1-2 swung on and driven in the air into left center field. Proctor goes back, makes the catch. Need does not tag up again. What is he doing at third base? That is atrocious base running. 2 down. I mean, the first rule when the ball's hit the outfield in the air, we go back to the bag. Wow. 2 huge base running mistakes.
Number 12, Dane Ortiz.
Dane Ortiz is I know I might sound very direct about it, but that's the way it is. Swung on and driven foul off to the right. Both times the ball was hit in center and Need was nowhere near the bag. He could have tagged up and scored at least, well, either one of those 2. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch swung on, line down the right field line. That's a base hit. It'll score 1. Runner around third will stay right there. Now the throw towards the plate and going to second. On the throw home is Dane Ortiz. Scoring his Need. Well, he gets home anyway. It's 3-2. Bennett.
Now batting.
That was a pretty
number
good pitch
6,
thrown by Eicher,
Caden
too. He
Mott.
just guided the ball into right field. And Peyton Mott is now the hitter. Grounded to third, but it was misplayed by Tyne. Eicher is going to go out of the stretch. Yeah, that was a quality pitch, but a nice job by the hitter. And the offering. Fastball, a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Eicher up to 65 pitches. He can throw as many as 110. Would love to get him through 4, maybe 5 innings. 2 runners in scoring position. Looking back, coming back. Strike 2. Same spot. No balls and 2 strikes to the opposing pitcher, Mott. Griffith again lays down the sign. The offering. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat on the ground to first. Lancaster will step on the bag, and that does it for Bennett in the bottom of the third. But they pick up a run as they got a leadoff base hit from Gavin Mead. He came home to score. 3 complete. Bennett 3, Brush 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you in Bennett. 3-2 Bennett leads Brush at the top of the 4th inning. Wiley Eicher will step in. And his movie quote from the Bad News Bears, 1976, "Hey Yankees, take your apology and your trophy," and then it goes from there. Eicher grounded to second his first time
Now
up.
batting number 1, Wiley Acre.
7, 8, and 9 for the Bee Diggers in the top of the 4th inning. And Bennett with a 3-2 lead. On a 2-out RBI single half an inning ago. Mott has thrown just 45 pitches. The offering and the breaking ball's a strike on the inside corner. Had some late bite to that one. No balls and 1 strike. And the difference really in this game, Brush's defense has not played as well as Bennett's. And that's a strike on the outside corner with a fastball. No balls and 2 strikes. Bee Diggers unofficially with 2 errors, but that could be stretched out to 3 or 4 based on some of the miscues we've seen. The pitch swung on and fouled off on a slow breaking ball. Count remains at 0-2. Eicher. Then we'll have a pinch hitter in Ben Metlin. He'll be hitting next. Eicher awaits the 0-2. Fouled. Again, a slow breaking ball. Yeah, Ben Metlin was the winner of the baseball movie quote of the game with Brush and Berthoud. If you build it, he will come from Field of Dreams. That one cannot win again. Up and in with a breaking ball. That one is taken out of play for this game because it was the winner in the last game, but we had nobody check in on that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The offering way outside. Two and 2 to Eicher. Bennett scored 2 runs in the first and 1 in the fourth. The Bee Diggers with 2 in the 3rd inning. Or check it, Bennett had their run in the 3rd. Haven't batted in the 4th yet. And that is fisted along the first base side foul. It was a little bit of a check swing. Eicher was not sure if that was a fastball or a breaking ball. And it was barreling in on him. He just kind of turned and got a piece of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, he's making Peyton Mott work. And the pitch. Fastball called, strike 3 on the extreme outside corner. Man, that's as far as you can stretch it, 1 down. Second strikeout for Peyton Mott. Here is Ben Metlin. We'll get to his movie quote here in just a second. The pitch. Fastball is high. Let's see. Metlin from The Natural. Pick me out a winner, Bobby. Had that big base hit, and the run came around to score when the ball was misplayed in right field to tie the game at 2 on Saturday against Berthoud. And that's fisted foul along the right side. B-Diggers probably have to lay off that pitch. Eicher swung at the same one, and there's nothing you could do with that. In fact, it's really a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 3-2 Bennett. B-Diggers holding their own. I mean, they have played very competitively this season despite the 1-5 mark. They hang in every game. The pitch, swung on, foul back. 1-2. And they've got to play solid now because you've got University and Eaton later on, and those are the best teams in the Patriot League. 1-2 to Metlin. Right-handed hitter for Brush. Peyton Mott turns and fires. And that ball nearly hit him with a fastball. He's already hit 2 batters. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, he might go with a breaking ball after throwing that fastball in on the right-hander of the pitch. That is fisted foul again. He's jamming hitters very successfully. And all the B-Diggers can do is fight all pitches. And that's what Ben Metlin did there. It's still 2-2. 1 out and the base is empty in the top of the 4th inning. Bennett leads Brush 3-2. Ben Metlin awaits the pitch. Swing and a miss on a sweeping breaking ball. He was looking fastball, and it's 2 down.
Now batting number 7, Cale Stegner.
Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch from Field of Dreams? That's for Cale Stegner, who had a nice liner to left field that was caught by Lincoln Higgins. He's got a big, strong swing for a 9-hitter. The pitch, down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Peyton Mott to the plate. Swing and a miss and a ball down in the zone. And the count levels at 1-1. Since 2003, Western Engineering Consultants has been providing big firm product with small firm relationships. Swing and a miss. Visit westerneci.com for more. That pitch was down and into Stegner, 1-2. And he just struck out Ben Metlin on a slow breaking ball. Might go to that right now. Wine and offering. There it is. That one is popped up. Foul out of play. Stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. With the bases empty in the top of the 4th inning. The pitch, down and away off the glove of Halls to the backstop. It's 2-2. Again, Kevin Fergus will be with you tomorrow from Brush. The B-Diggers face Liberty Common in a game that has been rescheduled. It was postponed from last week, and then Brush at Weld Central Wednesday from Keensburg. Both 4 o'clock starts. Today's start was about 4:27, if you want to be exact. All right, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Righty against righty, and the pitch. Swung on and grounded to third. Mathis backs up, drops the ball, picks it up, throws to first, about 10 feet over the head of the first baseman, Need. And that will be the first error of the game committed by Bennett as Stegner reaches. And that's not a good idea if you're Bennett, because now you have Ty Griffith,
Now batting number 10, Ty Griffith.
who has destroyed the ball twice. Quote for Griffith from Bull Durham: and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in and day out is the Church of Baseball. You got to be very careful pitching to Griffith. This guy's too good. The pitch. Breaking ball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Griffith was on base all 4 times with 3 hits and an intentional walk on Saturday, and now a double and a single in this game. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, a strike. I don't think Griffith is going to see many fastballs, just based on what we've seen in these first 2 pitches. 1-1. Stegner with a short lead at first. Got to be very conservative if you're Stegner because you don't want Griffith up there to begin the next inning. Breaking ball is outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, why throw him a fastball? For Ty Griffith, that's 2 words. That's batting practice. On deck is Nate Tyne, another solid hitter in this Brush lineup. Peyton Ma delivers. Down and away off the glove of Hawes. Stegner to second on the wild pitch. Well, now you just walk him. There's no reason to pitch to Griffith. That's what Buddy Coons did on Saturday for Berthoud. It's 3-1. I'd be shocked if he threw him a strike. And the offering. And that's a curveball that didn't curve at all. Griffith is on base for the 7th consecutive time in the last 2 games. Here is Nate Tyne, who grounded out and was hit by a pitch. There's no crying in baseball is the movie quote for him. Baseball movie quote from A League of Their Own. And we got a bunch of these coming up. We might have to recycle some if this game goes long enough. And the offering. Rides inside. 1-0 to Tyne. 0 for 1 officially. Slow-moving game in the top of the 4th inning. Bennett leads 3-2. There's been base runners all over the place. The pitch. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Second baseman Ibarra to his right. Gloves, throw to first. And Tyne is retired. And so are the Bee Diggers. No runs on no hits. 1 Bennett error and 2 left. 3.5 complete. It's Bennett 3, Brush 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bennett leads Brush 3-2. It'll be Caden Higgins, Rafael Ibarra, and Ben Mathis against right-hander Wiley Eicher. The movie quote defensively for Brush from Major League, this guy here is dead. That's when they were looking over the Cleveland roster.
Good evening, my people up in the chandeliers. The wine and dining the...
Higgins is 2 for 2.
Now batting, number 22, Caden Higgins.
And he scored twice. One, 2, and 3 for Wiley Eicher. Strike. Fastball at the knees. It's 0-1 on pitch number 68 for the right-hander. He's been all over the strike zone with 47 strikes, only 21 balls. And the offering. And that went, did it hit him in the foot? No, it went behind him. Eicher might have slipped off the mound a little bit. That was a big-time ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 runs on 6 hits for Bennett, 2 runs, 5 hits for Brush. Both have stranded 6. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bee Diggers with a couple of errors, Bennett with 1, but again, you could maybe attribute more than that because there's been some misplays out there. Eicher delivers. Swung on and grounded right side. Percy Odell to his left, to a knee, throws to first, and he retires. Caden Higgins for the first time in the game, 1 down. And again, it's a challenging infield because there's no grass. Ibarra's 0 for 2.
Batting, number 1, Rafael Ibarra.
A strikeout and a fielder's choice. Let's see if Wiley can come through with a 1-2-3 inning and get out of here. The pitch. Fastball, strike on the outside corner. He's pounding that glove. No balls and 1 strike. Ben Mathis to follow. Eicher ready. He turns and fires. Swung on and tapped foul behind the plate to the backstop. 0-2. When looking to buy or sell your home, use a realtor you can count on. Cornerstone Brokers in Fort Morgan and Brush. Cornerstone Brokers, Fort Morgan and Brush. Ask for Daleen or Stacy. And a 0-2 pitch. Up and away, and the count is at 1-2. 1 out, bottom 4. Bennett 3, Brush 2. Iker ready, gets a sign from Griffith. He turns and fires in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, if they can get Iker through 5, minimum of 5, then you go to the bullpen, see what happens. The pitch in the dirt again. You don't want deep counts. 3-2 to Rafael Ibarra. I don't think we've had a 1-2-3 inning in this game. The Bee Diggers sent 3 to the plate in the top of the first, but Griffith was gunned down at the plate in the back end of a double play. 3-2. Swung on line. Base hit into left center field for Rafael Ibarra. Bennett has their 7th hit of the game.
Now batting, number 2, Ben Mathis.
Ben Mathis has walked and popped out. He's 0 for 1. I think Wiley wanted to get that 1-2 or 2-2 pitch in there. Once it's 3-2, you got to come in with one, and Ibarra was able to connect for the base hit. The offering. Fastball is upstairs. One ball and no strikes to Ben Mathis. Bee Diggers have not led in the game. They were down 2-0, tied it at 2, and now trail 3-2. The pitch. Up and in with a fastball, 2-0. You can hear that Bennett dugout starting to razz it up a little bit. 2 balls, no strikes. Ibarra at first with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pretty good lead for Ibarra at first, about 2.5 steps. Now he stretches more the pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him on the outer half. It's 2-1. Every time Iker falls behind, which hasn't been much, he comes in with one. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off to the right on a pitch down and in. 2-2. To Ben Mathis. Bennett's looking for their 4th victory. The Bee Diggers are looking for their 2nd on the season and 1st on the road. 2-2. Iker to the plate. Swing and foul tipped into the glove of Griffith for a strikeout on a ball tailing away. 2 down.
Close the door to open the window.
Mathis strikes out. 4 strikeout for Wiley Iker. But here comes some trouble with
Now
Gavin
batting,
Need.
number 14, Gavin Meade.
Need has singled and doubled. Ibarra could be taking off. That wouldn't be a bad idea to place him in scoring position. Iker to the plate. Outside corner for a strike. Man, keep it right there. I mean, that just got a small piece of the baseball in the corner. Either that or just jam this hitter. No balls, 1 strike. The offering. Swung on and fouled off to the left. Went with an off-speed pitch. It's 0-2. But this is where Wiley's got to really up his game against a hitter this good. The number 4 hitter in the lineup to get the out pitch. The offering. Up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes on pitch number 85 from Wiley Iker. One and two down, runner at first. Iker to the plate. Up and away again, took something off it. If you go to 3-2, then Ibarra will be running from first with a pitch. 2-2. Fouled off to the left. Pitch was down in the zone to Gavin Need. Ibarra's got a huge lead. Oh, man, if they throw over there, they could. Now he's retreating a little bit towards first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eicher delivers. Up and away. If this ball hits a gap, then Ibarra's going to score because he's going to get a head start. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Man, if he can throw over there, that's too big of a lead. Now he's back, and the pitch. That is a called strike 3 to Gavin Need. What a pitch on the inner half. He catches him looking. An outstanding bottom of the 4th inning for Wiley Eicher. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. 4 complete. It's Bennett 3, Brush 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It's the heart of the order for the Bead Diggers, 3, 4, and 5. Although you could say a guy like Ty Griffith would normally occupy the heart of the order, but he's the leadoff hitter. The Bead Diggers trail Bennett 3-2. Joshua Lancaster popped to left and had a 2-run double. And right now that's the leader in the clubhouse in a baseball movie quote. But he gets another one from Moneyball. It's incredibly hard. And again, we'll give you the top 3. Top 3 at the end of the game. We will reveal a winner. Then you can email me, John, John, at necolorado.com. Chance to win concessions. You give me the name of the Bead Digger, the quote, the movie, and your name.
Number 5, Josh Lancaster.
So Lancaster at 1 for 2 against right-hander Peyton Mott, who's 72 pitches deep. The pitch swung on, grounded into right field. That's a base hit. The play's going to be made towards first, but Lancaster runs through it. He's now 2 for 3. And that's a smart play by Lancaster. Don't sit there and try to round first base because Higgins came up with it quickly. He wasn't going to throw him out, but you don't take a chance. Here's Tanner Ludgate.
Now batting number 24, Tanner Leggett.
0 for 2, grounded out and lined out. And his baseball quote, way outside, off the glove of Hawes, and to second on the wild pitch is Lancaster. From the Sandlot, you're killing me, Smalls. Ludgate can tie the game with a base hit. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch from Mott. Swung on and grounded. Fair! Right over the bag down the third baseline. A late call by the home plate umpire. Rounding third is Lancaster. He will score. And Ludgate with an RBI double. And the Bead Diggers have tied the game at 3 in the top of the 5th inning.
Now batting number 2, Percy Odle.
Here's Percy Odle from Major League, just a bit outside. Odle has grounded out and lined out. 0 for 2. The pitch. Fastball, strike 1. Check that. Odle's 2 for 2. I was looking at the previous hitter. Ludgate had his first hit with that base hit. Odle's 2 for 2. 2 base hits. So a dangerous hitter in this game. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Completely fooled by the breaking ball. And in fact, I'm not sure why he tried to pull that pitch. You got a runner at second, nobody out, and Percy's a good hitter. In fact, his base hit, well, he's pulled both pitches, but you want to go to right field here to automatically advance the runner. Runner goes to third, and the ball hit him on a breaking ball. So Ludgate will have to go back to second. Third hit batsman issued by Mott. And here is Keaton Gillick. From the movie Bull Durham, the quote for him is lollygaggers. Gillick hit by a pitch and grounded out. What will Coach Odle decide to do? Have him swing away or maybe bunt it? Ben Mathis is behind the bag at third. You lay down a good bunt here. He could easily beat it out.
Number 12.
The stretch and the offering. Swung on, driven in the air to left field. That's got some carry to it, but right there to make the catch is Higgins. Throw to third, no advance. As Lincoln Higgins makes the play. 1 out. Wiley Eicher is grounded out and struck out. The hard is what makes it great from the movie A League of Their Own. And are they going to get I think we're going to have a pinch hitter. Yeah, they're sending Eicher back. This looks like that's going to be Landon Mesh. Landon Mesh
Now batting
is the
number
hitter.
6, Landon Mesh.
So he'll hit from the left side with 2 on, 1 out, 1 across. Tied at 3 in the top of the 5th inning. Got a little wind coming into the press box. It was 73 degrees at first pitch. It's actually warmed up a bit, just a very little, 74. Okay, a big spot for Mesh. He did start on Saturday. Mesh hitting .222. On Saturday in the loss to Bertha, 0 for 2 with a walk. Talk about a guy who could easily bunt himself on. He's got speed. Third baseman is way back. I mean, boy, if he could bunt it. I mean, this would be an easy base hit. Pitch, swung on, grounded right back to the mound to throw to second for 1, and safe, back to first for the out. Now the runner breaks for the plate to throw the slide, and out. Ludgate is out at the plate. So they called the trail runner safe at second. That's a very unusual double play. It'll go 1 to 6 to 3 to 2 as they do eliminate Ludgate at the plate, and the hitter Mesh. Called safe at second was Percy Odell, but it doesn't matter. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Beat Diggers pick up a run on an RBI double from Tanner Ludgate. With the score, Brush 3, Bennett 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Nate Tyne is the new pitcher for the Beat Diggers. So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Brush 3, Bennett 3. Landon Mesh is now at third base. So Wiley Eicher is no longer the pitcher of record in the tie game. Connor Rayburn is hit into a fielder's choice and doubled. Tyne in 3 appearances with a 7.88 ERA.
Number 7, Connor Rayburn.
Wine in the pitch, and the overhand fastball is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Incredible. A 1-6-3-2 double play where the first guy was not eliminated, the hitter, and then the runner Ludgate trying to score from second. The offering swung on and popped up on the left side in foul territory. Mesh near the fence. Cannot make the play, goes over the fence. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is a huge game for the Beat Diggers because they can win today. They've got Liberty Common tomorrow, who they're certainly a better baseball team than. And then Weld Central, who knows what happens on Wednesday. That's why this game could be a turnaround game early on in the season. Tyne with a 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball's a beauty on the inner half. It's a strike. Thigh high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see the quote defensively, the baseball movie quote for Brush. We'll get to it in a second. And the offering swung on and lifted into shallow center field to his left, ranging under it and making the grab for the out. Should be Hunter Proctor still out there, 1 down. One down for Lincoln Higgins.
All
From the movie Cobb, I ain't gonna die before the story's finished. That's the quote for the Bee Diggers defensively, the
Now
baseball
batting,
movie quote.
number 15, Lincoln Higgins.
Higgins is struck out and lined to center. Swung on and lined on one hop to second. Percy Odell's throw to first is right there. Higgins retired on one pitch, 2 down. That's Bee Digger baseball at its best. Pitch to contact and let your defense make the play. Brody Hawes is grounded to the mound and lined to left center. 0 for 2.
Now batting, number 11, Brody Haas.
Nate Tyne has thrown 5 pitches to retire 2 hitters. The right-hander delivers. Strike. Fastball. Belt high on the outer half. It's 0-1. Just past the top of the hour. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan. Also on the web at KSIR.com and on the TuneIn app. And the offering. Swung on and grounded to first. A big hop off Lancaster. And a ball rolls into shallow right field. It'll be scored in there, though. The glove was facing the other direction. That's got to be right side up instead of having that basket type of positioning.
Now batting, number 12, Dane Ortiz.
Courtesy runner is Forrest Smith for Bennett. Could have been a 1-2-3 inning. It did take a little bit of a hop, but it wasn't awful. It was one of those near the chest of Lancaster. The glove is facing the other way. I think he fields it rather easily on that bouncer. Dane Ortiz, the hitter. The pitch. Fastball is inside. Ortiz is struck out and singled. His RBI single gave Bennett a 3-2 lead. In the third inning, we're in the bottom of the fifth. Tying the right-hander to the plate. Swung on, grounded left side to his left. Nice play by Mesh. Fires to first on a bounce and scooped up beautifully on the one hop by Lancaster. Excellent play on both ends. And the fifth inning is history. No runs on no hits. 1 error and 1 left. To the sixth we go. Brush 3, Bennett 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Bee Diggers and Bennett Tigers are tied at 3 in the sixth inning. Ben Metland will lead off. He struck out his first time up. Baseball movie quote for Ben Metland will come from the movie, let's see, 42. I don't think it matters what I believe, only what I do. That was a Jackie Robinson quote.
Number 9.
Metland was the winner of the baseball movie quote on Saturday. The pitch, fastball, a strike from Ben Metland. Check that, from Peyton Mott to Ben Metland. 81 pitches. Now for Mott. Here's the wine and offering. And the breaking ball is fouled right off the catcher's mask. Followed by Cale Stegner and then Ty Griffith. No balls and 2 strikes. He struck out Metland on a breaking ball his first time up. Swung on and fisted foul. Went with a fastball towards the Bee Digger dugout on the first base side. Remains at 0-2. They've got a great golf course as well as daily specials at Sky Ranch Golf and Grill in Sterling. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and Metland strikes out, foul tipped into the glove of Hawes. 1 out.
Now batting number 7, Cale Stegner.
Peyton Mott with his 4 strikeouts. Stegner has popped out and reached on an error. Way outside, and the movie quote for him from Major League. This was a Harry Doyle quote. Personally, I think we got hosed on that call. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch, over but low, 2-0. Mott attempting to prevent Stegner from reaching the bases because Griffith is on deck. The pitch swung on and popped up on a 2-0 into shallow right field. Higgins is coming in, squeezes it, makes the catch, 2 down. That's a big out. Because with Griffith up, he's doubled, singled, and walked. He's not been retired in the last 2 games. One swing can give the Beat Diggers the lead. This is how we do business in Cleveland from Moneyball. And the pitch, swing and a miss and a breaking ball. That was way outside. That's what Griffith is going to get. It would be a huge mistake to throw him a fastball anywhere in the strike zone. He has proven that he's at a level above most pitchers. The offering swung on and hit in the air into right center field. A long run for Higgins to his right, still going back, makes the running catch in the gap. And Ty Griffith is retired. A 1, 2, 3 inning for Peyton Mott. 5 1/2 innings are in the books. It's Brush 3, Bennett 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters against Nate Tyne in his second full inning of work. Peyton Mott, Caden Higgins, and Rafael Ibarra. Baseball movie quote for the Beat Diggers defensively from Major League. Boy, how can these guys lay off pitches that close? We've got 2 leading candidates for the baseball movie quote of the game. We'll see who wins it. Peyton Mott has reached on an air and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. The pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. It's 0-1. To Peyton Mott, number 9 hitter in this Bennett lineup. And the offering, swung on and lifted into shallow right center field, long run and charging, and the ball's going to drop. It's going to drop in shallow right field for a base hit. Well, Proctor came in really strong there. But I thought Stegner in right. I think Stegner's in right field. I thought he had a better play on that ball.
Now batting, number 22.
Nonetheless, it's a base hit. And the pinch runner will be Colton Aldretti. He scored earlier in this game. Yeah, the Bee Diggers have made some defensive changes, but that looked like that should have been made out there again. Outfield play has been so-so for the Bee Diggers in this game. Caden Higgins is singled twice and grounded out. When you don't retire the first hitter, that can spell trouble. Nate Tyne stretches. The pitch swung on and grounded into left field for a base hit. To second is Aldretti. 3 for 4 now is Caden Higgins. He's got a third of the hits. Here's Ibarra. Now you got to think bunt here, right? A strikeout, a fielder's choice, and a single. He's 1 for 3. First and second, nobody out, tied at 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tyne has thrown 2 quality pitches, but a little Texas leaguer than that ground ball. The pitch swung on and drilled into the left center field gap. It's going to drop for a base hit. Runner around third. There's going to be a play at the plate, but the throw is going to airmail everybody. And scoring is Aldretti. Runners to second and third. It's an RBI single for Ibarra, and Bennett leads 4-3. Yeah, Ben Metland airmailed that throw from left field.
Now batting, number 2, Ben Mathis.
Bee Diggers have to play the infield in now. Down 4-3, 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mathis has walked. He's popped out and struck out. But right now the infield is halfway. And that's what happens. That first hitter gets on, and it can lead to some damage. Bottom of the sixth inning has not been good to Brush lately. Swing and a miss. Fastball tailing away to Ben Mathis. No balls and one strike. The B-Diggers will have to rally from it down at least one, maybe more, in the top of the seventh inning with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Griffiths sets up on the outside corner. The pitch, up and in. Count levels at 1-1. This is almost a duplicate of what happened on Saturday, tied in the bottom of the sixth inning, and then it got away from Brush, and he lost by 5. The offering, swing and a miss and a fastball in the inner half. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ben Mathis. Bennett 4, Brush 3, but they're threatening with 2 on and nobody out. Tyne looking for the strikeout. The pitch, up and in, another heater. 2-2. At third is Caden Higgins. He's got 3 of the 10 hits that Bennett has supplied in this game. The pitch, up and away again. At second is Ibarra. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And their biggest, strongest hitter is on deck, Gavin Need. The offering, not even close. That one whizzed by his helmet, and it's a walk to Ben Mathis.
Open a window.
Here is Gavin Need, who has single-doubled and struck out looking. Now the B-Diggers have to come to the plate.
Now batting.
But they're playing the
Number
infield back.
14, Gavin Yates.
So maybe just looking for any out. Line and offering in the dirt with a breaking ball. That's 4 consecutive outside the zone thrown by Nate Tyne. 1 ball and no strikes. Higgins, Ibarra, and Mathis on the bases. There's the line in the 1-0. Outside corner fastball. Strike 1. Tyne had a very, very good bottom of the 5th inning. And now Brush trying to keep this thing at 4-3. Foul to the backstop. On a fastball tailing in, it's 1-2. One and two to the left-handed hitting Gavin Need. Tyne needs a special pitch right now. The offering, swung on and grounded right side. Odell to his left is going to toss to first for the out. Higgins scores. The ground out by Gavin Need makes it 5-3. The other runners are in scoring position. And if the infield is playing in there, they don't have him at the plate. That ball was hit in the hole. So that ended up being the right strategy.
Number 7, Connor Rayburn.
Rayburn with a fielder's choice, a double and a pop out, 1 for 3. Now you'd think you'd have to play the infield in, but they're not. Swung on and popped foul. Now to play off to the right. No balls and 1 strike. To Connor Rayburn. Bennett set the tempo early with 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning. Here we go. Rayburn is going to settle back in. Down in the count at 0-1. 2 in scoring position for Bennett. Only 1 out in the 6th inning. The offering. Swung on and popped into right center field. Long run for Proctor to his left. Runner's going to tag, makes the catch. The throw to the plate is up the third base side. Now the throw to third, the slide to tag, safe. Safe on the back end. The sac fly by Rayburn scores Ibarra. Bennett leads 6-3. And to third is Ben Mathis. Lincoln Higgins has struck out, lined out, and grounded out 0 for 3.
Now batting, number 15, Lincoln Higgins.
I mean, if you look at Brush's record, if they lose this game, they'll be 1-6, but Man, they're in every single game. Swung on and driven in the air into right center field. To his right is Stegner, and he makes the running grab. And the inning is over. However, the game was tied after 5.5. Now Bennett comes up with 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and a man left to beat Diggers trail. Going into the 7th inning, it's Bennett 6, Brush 3 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Lincoln Higgins is coming on to close the game for Bennett in relief of Peyton Mott. 6-3 as we head to the 7th inning. Nate Tyne, Joshua Lancaster, and Tanner Ludgate. Quote for Nate Tyne. Let's see. Will come from 8 men out. Come on, Buck. Sit down. Nobody's interested in your batting average. Right now we just have 3 candidates, and we always get to a final 3 anyway. Instruction is simple. Once we get to the number 1 during the post game, email us JOHN John at NEColorado.com, like for Northeast, John at NEColorado.com. Your name, the name of the bee digger, name of the movie, and the quote itself. And I'll take care of your concessions for a complimentary hot dog to a future Brush home game. There's not too many of them. It will not be tomorrow's game. It'll be one down the line. Nate Tyne has grounded out twice to second and was hit by a pitch 0 for 2. From the right-hander Lincoln Higgins. 6-3 Bennett in the 7th. Higgins ready. And the pitch. Swung on, grounded right side, backing up. That's the first baseman, Gavin Need, steps on the bag for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Tyne, who had 2 hits on Saturday, 0 for 3. Here is Lancaster. 2 for 3 in the game.
5, Josh Lancaster.
His quote from The Sandlot, some lady named Ruth, Baby Ruth. The pitch, swung on, lined up the middle for a base hit into left center. Lancaster with 3 hits in the game as the ball is bobbled in center. And Lancaster has 3 of Brush's 8 hits. Tanner Ludgate has an RBI double. He's 1 for 3 from Major League. They love this club here in Cleveland. 1 on, 1 out. The offering, and that fastball's up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. The tying run is on deck if Ludgate can reach. Higgins delivers. Swung on and grounded towards left field. That's a base hit. Into second is Lancaster. Ludgate with his 2nd hit of the game. Here come the Bee Diggers in the 7th inning. Percy Odell's been on base all 3 times. 2 singles and a hit batter. From Field of Dreams, go the distance. That's going to be his movie quote. Well, I'll say one thing. Higgins throws strikes, but they're fat strikes.
Now batting number 2, Percy Odell.
Runners take their leads. Got to be conservative on the bases. The pitch. Swung on, hit into the air towards shallow right field, and that ball's going to drop for a base hit. A late jump and over to third base. The throw's going to be made, and in there is going to be Lancaster. Ball gets away, but no further advance. Lancaster wanted to make sure that the ball was not caught in right field, and then the ball apparently went into the dugout. That'll be an error. Lancaster's going to score, and the other runner's in scoring position, and it's now 6-4. 3 consecutive hits for Brush. And then an error on Higgins and right. Here's Keaton Gillick. Gillick is 0 for 2, hit by a pitch. The pitch, strike with a fastball. Garden Hoser from Rookie of the Year is his movie quote, Garden Hoser. No balls and one strike to Gillick. The offering. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. It's 0-2. Landon Mesh waits to hit next. Can Gillick deliver the fourth consecutive hit for Brush? The offering. Swung on, lined! That's a base hit into left field on an 0-2 pitch. That's going to score a run. The throw all the way through. Gillick is going to race towards second base on an RBI single, and the B-Diggers make it a 6-5 game. Keaton Gillick delivers. Holy mahungus. And here is Landon Mesh.
Now batting number 6.
Two more runners in scoring position. Mesh grounded back to the mound. Nice catch, Hayes. Don't ever do it again, will be his quote. Landon Mesh with a base hit can give Brush the lead. The offering. Swung on and popped foul and out of play. Nate Tyne grounded to first to begin the top of the 7th. 4 consecutive hits. Started by Joshua Lancaster, have drawn the B-Diggers to within 1. No balls and 1 strike. Higgins to the plate. Breaking ball, that's strike 2 on the inner half. Odell at third, Gillick at second. Gillick is the go-ahead run. No balls and 2 strikes. The offering upstairs went with another off-speed pitch. 1-2. That B-Digger dugout all of a sudden can feel it. They've got 11 hits to Bennett's 10, but Brush trails by a run. And here is the 1-2 pitch. Up and away, 2-2. You know, and Peyton Mott still had something left. They could have brought out their starter. Mott had thrown just 89 pitches. He had more left in the tank, and he was taken out in favor of Higgins. And the 2-2. Called strike 3. That's a good fastball in the inside corner. Mesh strikes out, 2 down. Let's see, are they going to send Metlin back because he struck out twice? Edgar Ortiz. Edgar Ortiz is now the hitter for Brush from Angels in the outfield. Even though you can't see us, we're always watching. Edgar Ortiz to step in.
Number 27. Edgar Ortiz.
Well, this is a big one for Ortiz. Trailing 6-5, 2 out, 2 on at the top of the 7th inning. Can Ortiz come through for the B-Diggers? Righty against righty. Big, strong right-handed hitter, the pitch. Breaking ball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Ortiz with a limited number of at-bats this year. Hitting .250. The offering. Fouled. Right off his foot along the third base side. 1-1. Percy Odell at third base. Keaton Gillick at second. Odell the tying run. Gillick the go-ahead run in the 7th. 6-5 Bennett. The offering. Swung on, tapped right back. Off the glove of the pitcher. He tries to recover, pick it up. No throw. Breaking for the plate now and going back to third is Gillick. And he'll dive back into the bag. Oh, a critical error on the pitcher Higgins, and the game is tied at 6. Oh, that was a soft roller. Actually had a little bit of a bounce to it. Couldn't play it. And Ortiz not with a ton of foot speed, but beat it out. And I thought that was going to be the game right there. Here is, let's see, Cale Stegner. 0 for 3, a couple of pop outs, and he's reached on an error. We might have a courtesy runner at first. And for Stegner, throw some ground balls. It's more democratic from the movie Bull Durham. So we are tied at 6 in the 7th inning. Just a misplay to Higgins' left on a little bit of a bouncer. And again, not with a lot of foot speed as Ortiz, and yet it glanced off his glove and ricocheted towards between first and second. And now let's see what we've got. The umpires are converging. I wonder if there was something going on. I'm not sure. I don't even want to speculate right now. Coach Odo was conversing with a home plate umpire. All we know is that we're going to play the bottom of the seventh inning regardless because the B-Diggers have tied this game and looking for the lead. And if Stegner gets on, Ty Griffith is on deck. So now Caleb Jimenez will be running at first base for Edgar Ortiz. So that's the scoring right now. One simple play was Bennett away from winning this game. All right, so Jimenez is in there at first. Now they've clarified it with the umpires. And again, throw some ground balls. It's more democratic for Stegner. A wild pitch, anything, can give Brush the lead. They have not led in the entire game. Tied at 6 in the top of the seventh inning. There was one out, nobody on. The B-Diggers came up with 4 hits in a row, then a strikeout, followed by a huge mistake. The pitch. Fastball is high to Stegner. 1 ball and no strikes. You've got a huge hole on the left side. If Stegner can pull it, he is a pull hitter. The offering, fouled off to the right. 1-1. Well, Stegner also hit one of his fly balls to the right side, so he can spray it around. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 2 on, 3 across of the pitch. Fastball, strike 2. Outside corner to Cale Stegner. Got to be swinging away now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Upstairs. Throw back to third. Gillick back in diving. He's safe. And Jimenez takes second. Well, put it in play. See what happens. On the ground would be nice. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch. Fastball is high, and watch out, Griffith is on deck. Griffith was retired for the first time in, 2 games with a deep fly ball in his previous at-bat. 3-2 to Stegner. Higgins delivers. Foul tipped into the glove of Brody Hawes for a strikeout. Oh, man, that's a killer. But the B-Diggers have tied the game. 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and 2 left. To the bottom of the 7th after the 1-minute break. It's Brush 6, Bennett 6 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush 6, Bennett 6, bottom of the 7th inning. Baseball movie quote defensively now for Brush. Let's see, we've got to move on down here. Is from the movie 61, The Fans Pay Your Salary, Ralph. Ralph Houck was the manager of that Mantle Maris team. Nate Tyne will deliver to Brody Hawes. The pitch. Fastball, a strike on the inside corner. Hawes is grounded out, lined out, and reached on an error. The B-Diggers have committed 4, Bennett with 3. Including a huge error by Bennett that could have closed out the game. The pitch, down and in. Count levels at 1-1. Ty Griffith will lead off the 8th inning if the B-Diggers hold the Tigers off the board. Tyne to the plate, way outside and high. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers have been trailing or tied the entire game. They were down 2-0 after one. They've rallied on 3 occasions. Down 2-0, 3-2, and 6-3. The pitch. Ball speed is a little bit low. 3-1. Now you got to go with a fastball. Can't mess around here. You got to go with a fastball of your time and just place it anywhere in the zone. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and grounded right side. Odell to his right. Backhanded. Sets. Throws to first for the out. Solid play by the second baseman, Percy Odell. 1 down. That'll bring up Dane Ortiz. A strikeout, an RBI single, and a ground out.
Now batting, number 12, Dane Ortiz.
1 for 3 is Ortiz in the game. The lights are on, even though there's plenty of sunshine on this field. The offering. That's low. A ball and no strikes. To Dane Ortiz. Here's the kick and the pitch. Strike. Took something off it on the outer half, thigh high. With another heater, it's 1-1. 3/4 heater. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and the base is empty. Brush and Bennett tied at 6 in the bottom of the 7th. The offering. Swung on line, base it into right center field for Dane Ortiz's second hit of the game. The ball is bobbled out there by Stegner, but he'll get it back in. And the Bee Diggers and Tigers both have 11 hits in the game. There's Colton Aldretti. He's not hit in the entire game. He's been a courtesy runner.
Now batting, number 21, Colton Aldretti.
3-step lead at first for Ortiz. Throw back to first, back in diving as Lancaster applies the tag. Well, the outfield is playing pretty shallow, except Stegner and right. They're really shallow with Proctor and Metlin, center and right respectively. The pitch, squaring to bunt, and he misses it. Throw back to first, and back in diving is Ortiz. No balls and 1 strike. Wasn't a bad idea by Aldretti, but he missed that bunt by quite a bit. Trying to advance the runner to second. Tyne delivers in the dirt. Nice block. Boy, Griffith came up with a big one there. If that gets away, then you're looking at a runner in scoring position and only 1 down. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Griffith getting the sign from the dugout. Ortiz at first, 2.5-step lead the pitch. That's a strike. Beautiful pitch. Down the heart of the plate, just above the knees. It's 1-2. This is the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Higgins on deck has been very dangerous the entire game. Nate Tyne to the plate. Swing and a miss and a fastball up and in. Aldretti strikes out, 2 down. That is Tyne's first strikeout. The Bee Diggers have 6 as a team. But watch out here because Caden Higgins is 3 for 4, all singles.
Now batting, number 22.
The Bee Diggers nearly played an extra inning game last week, but they scored in the bottom of the 7th inning and beat Prospect Ridge 6-5. The offering, curveball is a strike. Beautiful pitch on the inner half. No balls and 1 strike. Got to keep away from the gaps because Ortiz has got speed. And they're playing shallow. Right center is wide open. The offering. Curveball is upstairs. One ball and 1 strike to Caden Higgins. We'll pick up the Rockies and Cardinals in progress. First pitch is about a minute away. The offering. Swung on and lifted foul and out of play off to the left. No Bee Digger will get to that baseball. It's over the fence anyway. 1-2 to Caden Higgins. And again, you would think, well, let Ortiz run, but they're holding him pretty tight, and Ty Griffith has got a cannon for an arm. 1-2. Tyne looks in. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on and hit weakly on the ground is short. Ludgate charges, Fields, throws, and in time, just in time, to get the speedy Caden Higgins. And we're headed to the 8th inning. No runs on one hit, no errors and a man left. 7 complete. Brush 6, Bennett 6 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Ty Griffith will lead off the 8th inning. Come on, Dorn, get in front of the ball. From Major League, that'll be his quote. Griffith doubled, singled, walked, and hit a fly ball into deep right center. 2 for 3. Brush and Bennett are tied at 6 in the top of the 8th inning. Lincoln Higgins
Now batting number 10, Tyler
came in to
Griffith.
close the game and allowed 3 runs. 2 of those were earned. Man, they're playing really shallow for Griffith. The pitch. Oh, that ball hit him. Oh, man. I don't know if, hopefully it didn't hit him on anywhere on the hand. There was a pop there like it got him around the knuckles, but he's at first base. And that's 3 or 4 bee diggers that have been hit by a pitch. Nate Tyne is due. He's 0 for
Now
3.
batting number 3, Nate Tyne.
From the movie 8 Men Out, 29 is not 30, Eddie. Griffith with tons of speed, 2-step lead. The offering, squaring to bunt, lays it down beautifully. Third base side, glove by Mathis. He's got no throw, and now Griffith caught between second and third. The throw, and that ball skips away into shallow center. Griffith breaking towards the plate. The throw, and then he's going to be out at the plate. Oh, they called him safe? They called him safe. Apparently the tag was not made. He went by, and the tag was not made. It'll be a base hit for Nate Tyne. And then an air-scoring Griffith around third makes it 7-6. Oh, man, it was a swipe tag, but they did not get Ty Griffith. What a crazy play that was, and the Bee Diggers have their first lead of the game. Wow. On the ball that was thrown away, and they had Griffith dead to rights. He thought the throw was going to go to first. And instead of the throw going to first, he took a round trip towards second, a round turn. And Tom Odo having a conversation with home plate umpire. I don't think anything's going to be solved out of that one. I think he wants to make the umpire aware of something. Are they going to have another conversation with the 2 umpires? Hopefully not, just so we can get this game still moving. Bee Diggers, though, with a 7-6 lead. The base hit, and if Griffith would have stayed at second, it would have been first and second. But he took such a wide turn, and when the ball was thrown off the glove of the shortstop covering and skipped into center, Griffith barely scored. Swung on and popped up. Shallow center field should be a routine play, and the catch is made by Ortiz. No tag. Runner stays at second, 1 down. One down for Ludgate. Movie quote for the previous hitter for Lancaster. We're the best team in baseball right now, right this minute, because of you, for the love of the game. Now for Lancaster from the movie 42, or for Ludgate, I want a player who's got the guts not to fight back. Pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. Ludgate grounded out, lined out. Got an RBI double and a single. 2 for 4. The pitch. Swung on and tapped right to the mound. The throw's going to be to third. They got to apply the tag, and out at third base is going to be Nate Tyne. I don't know why Higgins tossed it over very softly. That was not a force play. I think he thought he had a force play. And Tyne with an excellent slide on the infield side of the bag, and he was barely out. Fielder's choice goes 1-5. But I don't understand what Higgins did there. He tossed it like it was a force out.
Number 2, Percy Odell.
2 down. What an awkward inning. Here's Percy Odell. That's a strike. Runner to second. High throw. The slide in there. It's a stolen base. Stolen base there for Ludgate. Let's see the quote for Odell. Baseball was 100% of my life. That's from the movie Cobb. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the stretch. The offering. Swung on and popped up in the infield on the right side. Somebody's got to call for it. Need doesn't see it, and the ball drops to the left of the pitcher. And now headed to second and sliding in safely is Odell. That's going to be a base hit because Need never saw the ball. Need never saw the ball, so Odell has 4 hits in the game. Is this the oddest inning or what? Here's Keaton Gillick, had a big RBI single in the 3-run 7th. Ground out, a pop out, and a
Now
single.
batting number 12.
What a crazy inning this is for Brush. The baseball movie quote for him, "You're Mickey Mantle for Christ's sake." From the movie 61, the stretch. The offering, fastball, a strike on the outside corner at the knees. The inning began when Griffith was hit by a pitch. Tynan laid out a bunt. And then some sloppy base running nearly cost Brush, but Griffith scored on a miscue. The offering. Swung on. Line base hit down the left field line. A run is in. Around third is Odell. Headed towards the plate. The throw's going to be late. Gillick into second. No throw. He's got 3 RBIs in his last 2 at-bats. Keaton Gillick comes through. And the Bee Diggers lead 9-6 in the top of the 8th inning. That has scored a 2-run single. Going to second on the throw. Wow, I don't even know what the top 3 are going to be now.
Now batting number 6, Landon Mesh.
Let's keep the profanity down from Angels in the outfield. But we'll figure it out. The stretch. And the offering. Swung on, popped up by Mesh on the right side of the infield. Let's see, the second baseman spots it, and the catch is made by Ibarra. And that does it. But the Brush Bee Diggers, down to their final out in the 7th inning, tie the game. They get 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base in the top of the 8th inning. Let's head to the bottom of the 8th. Brush looking for a dramatic victory. They lead in Bennett 9-6 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Stay tuned for the postgame show brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. The Bee Diggers are 3 outs away from an 8-inning victory. They lead Bennett 9-6. Then we'll have the baseball movie quote of the game. You send an email to johnjohn@necolorado.com with our baseball movie quote, the baseball movie, the player,
Now batting, number 1.
and the pitch.
Rafael Ibarra.
Swung on and tapped slowly up the first base side. Foul to Ibarra, who's 2 for 4. So it's 4 things: the Bee Digger player, the movie quote, the movie, and then your name. And I'll take care of you for a future home game for a complimentary hot dog. No balls and 1 strike to Ibarra. 2 for 4, 9-6 Brush in the bottom of the 8th inning, looking for their first road victory of the season. The pitch, foul to the backstop. Nate Tyne is now the pitcher of record, in line for the victory in relief of Wiley Eicher, who battled through 4 innings. Tyne ready. Wind and pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner at the knees. Way to paint that baby. 1 down. We've run out of baseball movie quotes, but we do have several candidates for the number 1 winner. And anybody's eligible to play. And we will take up to 5 winners, by the way. No more than 5. Once we get that 6th email, then we have to deny it. 5 winners is the maximum we'll take. The pitch,
Ben Mathis.
and that one bounces to the screen. Ben Mathis has walked, popped out, struck out, and walked. 0 for 2 in the game. This game is approaching 2.5 hours. Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that some of these high school games are going to take longer than major league games. The pitch, swing and a miss with a fastball right by Mathis. It's 1-1. And the B-Diggers are back at it tomorrow in Brush against Liberty Common. Kevin Fergus will have the call of that game. I'll be with you on Wednesday when the B-Diggers play in Keensburg against Weld Central at 4 o'clock. The offering, breaking ball's a strike. Top of the zone on the outside corner. 1-2. With an open stance for the right side is Ben Mathis. The pitch. Fastball is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyne gets the sign. And the right-hander comes home. Upstairs. Last 2 pitches have not been close. 3-2. Got to come in with a fat one right now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Mathis. The pitch. Oh, man, he missed that by a mile. That's a walk. Up and in. Those last 3 pitches were awful. They were not close. I'm not sure what happened. Here comes Tom Odell. He didn't follow through at all. Yeah, that was very odd. He was in such a rhythm. And he's thrown the ball really well. In fact, 3 1/3 innings for Tyne. 50 pitches, 33 of those have been strikes. He issued a second walk there moments ago. And you know that you're going to win this game the way it's going. You just throw strikes. Here's Gavin Need, singled, doubled, struck out, and grounded out. This game is far from over. Even though the B-Diggers have a 9-6 lead with 2 outs, and 1 out, I should say, in the bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch, upstairs again. Yeah, he's got to stride towards the plate and follow through. 1 ball and no strikes. Almost short-arming it a bit for some reason. Very short lead at first. I don't think Mathis is going anywhere. 1-0. Upstairs again. 2-0. I don't think he swung. Yeah, there was no attempt at a swing there. Yeah, not even close. Yeah, they were checking with a field umpire. There was no way he came close to swinging. 2 balls and no strikes to Gavin Need. The offering, up and away. 3-0, and he has not been close with the majority of his last 6 pitches. The 1-0 pitch was in the area code, but now the tying run is on deck. 3 balls and no strikes. The offering, that's again up and away. And I don't know if they can keep Tyne on the mound with the way he's thrown the last 7 pitches. He's all of a sudden lost himself. Here comes Tom Odell. We're going to have a pitching change. And we're going to take it with him. 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. The B-Diggers have a 9-6 lead over Bennett. The new pitcher will be Percy Odell on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Percy Odell is going to try to save this game for Nate Tyne, who threw 7 consecutive balls. Looked like he was rolling a 1-2 count, and then ball, and then he walked the next hitter, Need, on 4 pitches. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brush leads Bennett 9-6. 2 on and 1 out for Connor Rayburn, who's 1 for 3. Delivered a sac fly in his most recent at-bat. He is the tying run. The pitch bounces in. Nice block by Griffith. 1 ball and no strikes. Tyne goes to third. Landon Mesh goes from third to second. Those are the changes defensively besides the pitcher. Griffith lays down the sign. And the offering. Swung on and popped up in the infield. Infield fly rule is called. So Percy Odell is going to make the catch anyway to the left of the mound, 2 down. And that was to his left. Here is Lincoln Higgins. Struck out, lined out, grounded out,
Now batting.
popped out. Everything is hit to the right side.
Higgins.
The Bay Diggers 1 out away from a dramatic victory, down by 3 in the 7th. Then we'll get to our Bee Digger baseball movie quote of the game. And your chance to win. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Odell throws it right by him, looking for the save to close this thing out in Bennett. Near the top of the hour, this is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Weldona. The offering. Swung on and lifted foul. Now to play off to the right. No balls and 2 strikes on Lincoln Higgins. Runners off second and first. Odell to the plate. Swung on and grounded slowly left side. Time fields, sets, throws to first late. It's a base hit. Throw back to second, tag late again. And the bases are loaded. It's an infield hit for Landon Higgins. Brody Hawes is the winning run at the plate. 0 for 4.
Now batting.
Grounded to the mound. Line to center. Reached on an air and then grounded to second. Mathis, Smith, and Higgins on the bases. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, the pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to Brody Hawes. Chest level with the glove is Odell. The pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner, thigh high. And the count is even at 1-1. 2 strikes away are the Bee Diggers from their second win of the season. Operating out of the stretch with the bases full of Bennett Tigers. The offering, strike 2. Fastball outer half at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brush 9, Bennett 6 in the bottom of the 8th inning. The stretch, the offering, foul straight back. Challenged him with a fastball. What a game. What a game. What a confidence builder this will be for Brush. The 1-2 offering. Swung on, grounded, foul along the third base side. And now the umpire needs another baseball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Bee Diggers scored 3 in the 7th to force the 8th and 3 in the 8th. And it's still a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Brody Hawes. 1 more big pitch here from Percy Odell. Or defensive play by the Bee Diggers wins the game. The offering way outside with a fastball. It's 2-2. Everybody standing in the Bee Digger dugout. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lined sharply to second. Nice play by Mess. Throw to first is low and dug out by Lancaster on the solid 2-hopper. And the Bee Diggers win the game in Bennett. 9-6 in 8 innings. Let's take a break. We'll wrap it up after this on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. In 8 innings, the Bee Diggers defeat the Bennett Tigers 9-6 in Bennett. Bee Digger postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Now is the time to begin your planning for next year's growing season. Call Dusty or Roxy 970-571-2024. For the Bee Diggers, 9 runs on 14 hits, 4 errors, 10 left on base. Bennett, 6 runs, 12 hits, 4 errors, 13 left on base. The winning pitcher in relief was Nate Tyne. The save to Percy Odell. The loss went to Lincoln Higgins. Time of the game, 2 hours and 34 minutes. Bennett took the early 2-0 lead with a couple of runs in the first inning. Joshua Lancaster tied it with a 2-run double in the third. Bennett went back out on top, making it 3-2. Back came the Beat Diggers on an RBI double from Tanner Ludgate, tying the game at 3, and then 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it looked like the Beat Diggers were done. 6-3 in the top of the 7th, 1 out. They got 4 consecutive hits, scored a couple of runs, then a strikeout, runners at second and third, and then a misplay by the pitcher Higgins with Edgar Ortiz at the plate, scored the tying run. Then we went to the 8th inning after the Beat Diggers held the Tigers in check in the bottom of the 7th. Ty Griffith was hit by a pitch. Nate Tyne lays a bunt down the third base line for a base hit. Griffith overran second. Then the ball was thrown off the glove of the second baseman covering into shallow center. Griffith scored, and then Keaton Gillick delivered a 2-run single to make it 9-6. The Beat Diggers moved to 2-5 on the season. Bennett drops to 3-6 now. It's going to be tough to get to a final 3 here. Very tough to get to a final 3 on the Beat Digger baseball movie quotes, but here we go. Yeah, I don't know how I'm really going to do this considering all the incredible plays that were really made. And I'm leaving some key plays off of this game. But I'm just going to give you, let's see, I'll just give you the top 2. There were so many more. So number 2 is going to come courtesy of Lancaster's double. That's number 2. That's not the winner. Field of Dreams. People will come, Ray. And the number 1 baseball movie quote. Here's what you got to do. And I'll take the first 5 emails. John at anycolorado.com. JOHN at anycolorado.com. You give me the name of the Beat Digger, the baseball movie quote, and your name. And I'll set you up for a complimentary hot dog at a future Brush home game. It will not be tomorrow's game. And we will give it the movie 61, Your Mickey Mantle, for Christ's sake, to Keaton Gillick with a 2-run single in the 8th inning. Keaton Gillick is the name of the Beat Digger. 61, the name of the movie, Your Mickey Mantle, for Christ's sake. So I need those 3 pieces of information and your name, John at anycolorado.com. But what a day it was here in Bennett. Oh, it felt like a home game for the Beat Diggers as they were getting really rowdy in that dugout. As the Beat Diggers rallied with 3 in the top of the 7th inning, 3 more in the 8th. And they defeat Bennett by a score of 9-6. Next up for the Beat Diggers, tomorrow they will host Liberty Comet at 4 o'clock. Kevin Fergus will have the call from Sunset Baseball Field and Brush. I'll be back with you on Wednesday when the Beat Diggers face the Weld Central Rebels in Keensburg. Final score once again. In 8 innings, Brush 9, Bennett 6. We'll join the Rockies in progress. I'm John Beltran on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.